Hey, what is up, guys? My name is Isaiah Hill, and today I'm going to be reviewing one of my favorite films of all time, Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump is, like I said, one of my favorite films of all time. I love this movie. And if you are coming off of my Green Mile review, and if you do not know who Tom Hanks is, this is one of his best performances. Now, I love Tom Hanks. I'm a huge fan. And this film to me is the pinnacle of his performances. Uh, Philadelphia is really good. Catch Me If You Can is really good. But here as Forrest Gump, he is amazing. And this film, it is very like it's based off a book, and it's directed by the same person, Robert Zemeckis, who did the Back to the Future trilogy. That's right. Back to the Future trilogy director Bob Zemeckis. I call him Bob Zemeckis because I'm used to that. And he directed Forrest Gump. And also Castaway, but I'll get to that one later. Forrest Gump is about a mild-mannered man who has a disability. When you see him as a child, he has braces on his legs to straighten out his spine, but he has a very low IQ. He has an IQ of 75, but that doesn't slow him down in life because he gives because he everything that he does is just amazing. Forrest Gump is a guy who is there, he's there, he's at the wrong place at the right time, basically. When he's running away. Sorry about the motorcycles, but when he's running away from some bullies, he goes near the high school football field when University of Alabama's coach Bear Bryant is scouting, basically, and he sees how fast he is, and now he's on the Alabama football team. And he does so well that he's on the All-American a sports team, and he meets President John F. Kennedy. Forrest Gump is very historically accurate. Obviously, Tom Hanks was not there, but the effects, the visual effects, they make it look like that he's been in there. Special effects make it look like that he's even more there. When you see Forrest Gump shake John F. Kennedy's hand, he looks like he's actually shaking his hand. And it is amazing. I looked and the behind the scenes. If you get a chance to see this on Blu-ray, DVD, on YouTube, I'm pretty sure there's videos on it, or even 4K Ultra, you will be surprised by how much they put into this film. There is no surprise that this film won Best Picture. It deserved it. Best Actor, Best Director, Best, I believe, Screenplay, even Best Editing, and I believe also for special effects. This film, it's almost wow, how did they do it? I mean, you get a visionary director like Robert Zemeckis, you can pretty much guarantee you're going to get something good. Forrest Gump has some pretty brutal scenes, and I was reading this article, and Forrest Gump made the list as one of the greatest Vietnam movies of all time, and I was blown away. I'm like, wait, Vietnam's only for a short portion of the movie, but people are but it plays a bigger role, which I do agree, because when I went back to watch it a little bit older, because I've been watching this my whole life, and going back and watching it, Forrest Gump sticks with Lieutenant Dan, played by Gary Sinise, a brilliant actor who also is in The Green Mile. And they go on this adventure, and it's basically Vietnam, buddy. This is buddy, but not really. It's kind of difficult to describe, but Forrest, he does a lot of things for the love of his life, Jenny. You can even see her on the back, right there. Played marvelously by Robin Wright, who is who is amazing and terrific on the Netflix show House of Cards. And also, she's in Princess Bride, and I'll get to that one. That is also another favorite. But now, I don't want you guys to think that I'm just going to be doing, I think every single one of the films that I own, I believe it's amazing. A lot of them are amazing, but there are some great, good, very few bad, and almost no horrible. Almost, because there's like 2 or 3 films that I consider horrible. But I do this because I don't like torturing myself like with bad movies. When it's a bad movie, I do not want to watch it again. I believe one horror film I own is in a trilogy pack. I don't know where it is at the moment. I have to look for it, but I refuse to watch it. But back to Forrest Gump. Forrest's mother's played marvelously by Sally Field. And Sally Field, I love Sally Field. She is such a great actress. And there's a part in Forrest Gump, like where she's sick, and when he's like, "What's the matter?" and she says, "I'm dying, Forrest," and she says, "There's no reason to be upset. It's just my time," and it's so beautiful and heart wrenching because you get to see like how much Forrest actually looked up to this woman. Like, he loved her. He loved his mother. He wanted to be the perfect man. He wanted to be everything he could. And the last thing we see on screen that she says, I will miss you, Forrest. And it is so beautiful because she loved him and he loved her. And it is very it's very heart-wrenching, and it's a scene that gets me every time because it's so beautiful. Forrest Gump is a film like that, like no other, in my opinion. For a while, this was my favorite film until Shawshank, but there's a reason why, because Shawshank was a film that I just was able to watch on repeat. Forrest Gump, it was like a film like where, okay, I gotta go back like in a week or so. But Shawshank was like every day. It was clockwork. But this is definitely like my second favorite film of all time. Forrest Gump, what stars Tom Hanks, who is perfect, and it even says like on the box, Tom Hanks is Forrest Gump, and I believe they say it like on all the posters. And Gary Sinise, Robin White do a great job supporting. Sally Field does an amazing job, and Robert Zemeckis, he is as great a director as he was on Back to the Future. This film appears like wow. And the book, like, not many people know Forrest Gump is based off a book. The book and movie are really different. I like how Stephen King words books than movie adaptations. He says they're apples and oranges. They both taste delicious, but they're just very different. And it was just funny to me because I always liked that. This one is also makeup because the Green Mile didn't go up when I thought it did. So I really apologize for that, guys. I'd never want to do that again. It's difficult because the Green Mile, like I said in the video, it ran on like too long. It was not interesting. It was actually very like boring. But Forrest Gump, I can talk for hours. The effects are amazing. The acting is phenomenal. And Tom Hanks became the first actor since Spencer Tracy. I believe he's the only second actor to do this. I could be wrong, to win consecutive Best Actor awards. He won an Oscar for this in Philadelphia. So, yeah, he's a great actor. He is one of my favorite all-time actors. This is my favorite film of his, but my second favorite film that he's in is Catch Me If You Can, where he's with Leonardo DiCaprio. I feel like Forrest Gump should be hailed as a classic, in my opinion. I hail it as a classic. I watch it every year. This is a film that I I feel like if I just gaze over it, it's an insult to it. But if you have a chance to see it, I highly recommend it because it's a film like that's touched so many people's lives. It's a film like no other, and you feel for this character. The emotional weight this film has is unbelievable. Now, if you want to talk about something like Benjamin Button, who the screenwriter for Forrest Gump also wrote, you'll be like, okay, you thought Forrest Gump was emotional, but wait until you watch Benjamin Button. Um, the film itself, Forrest Gump, it has a charm. Even in the end, like you're satisfied, and people have told me that Forrest Gump is a film that can never be redone. And I said yes, you can never do it again. You tried; it's like an insult to cinema. Forrest Gump was phenomenal, and it beat Shawshank at the Oscars. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, well, that's not right. Shawshank should have won." Look, I will admit, I love Shawshank Redemption, but Forrest Gump was easier to see in my opinion because Shawshank had a confusing title according to people. Not many female characters, and it was like basically largely unknown, and it was a cast of unknowns at that time. But the film was garnered critical acclaim, Oscar wig, and it became really big on rentals. But Forrest Gump was stood out, and it still stands out. Pulp Fiction is another one that people are like, well, Pulp Fiction only won one Oscar, and it was the writing. And I said, yeah, the writing is amazing in Pulp Fiction. It takes a mastermind to come up with something like that. But so many people are like, well, Pulp Fiction should have won. Forrest Gump has more weight, it has more leeway, more people were able to see it, more people were satisfied with it. And it's a film like where I can sit back and relax and just watch. It's almost like Back to the Future, like where it doesn't matter what I'm doing. If I see it, I'm going to watch it. So that pretty much wraps it up. Forrest Gump gets an amazing. It deserves an amazing. Because this is a film that I watched ever since I was a kid. This is a film I watched with friends. This is a film I watched like with people like in class and school. We were allowed to watch it. But the only thing that I could say about Forrest Gump, it's an amazing, but one thing I could say is, I don't know, like, this might be pushing it because there's so much going on in Forrest Gump. I kind of believe, like, I wish I saw a little bit more Gary Sinise because I love Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan is probably one of my favorite characters. And also, continuing with the effects, this just came in my mind. Lieutenant Dan loses his legs in Vietnam. And in the scene, Lieutenant Dan's legs are gone, but they put like blue fabric on Gary Sinise's legs to erase it. And to describe it would be an insult. I'd highly recommend that you watch it on YouTube. I'll put the link down in the description below so you can watch the behind the scenes. Or better yet, if you have the DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K Ultra, check out the special features. Forrest Gump is a phenomenal film in my opinion. I highly recommend people check it out. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. And that's it for me. My name is Isaiah Hill. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope to see you guys more in the future. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you want to see more of my reviews, comment down, subscribe. If you wanted me to review of any film or any game, let me know in the comments. Thank you very much. I hope you guys are having a great day. My name is Isaiah Hill, signing off.